Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were talking about Klay Thompson and what he's going to be doing with the impending free agency that will be coming at the end of the NBA season. And now we're going to be diving into our Thirsty Thursday segment, which we're doing a little bit differently this week. Last week, and what our plan was for this is that we were going to do like desperate thirsty people, fishing for dates, that type of thing. But I discovered when you search up Thirsty Thursday on Reddit, you don't always get what you're looking for. So we changed it up a little bit, and so we have like funny like drinking stories and what comes along with drinking too much. So that's what we're going to be doing for this segment from now on. So, and Tate has now returned. I was stalling a little bit. So we're back and we're gonna do our Thirsty Thursday story. I was just explaining to the audience that we changed it up from what the original idea was going to be, and now we're doing like funny like drinking stories instead. So I think you're muted.
I also hit mute, so I apologize on that one as well. So I'm like really doing great. Like I said, I'm jumping out. I set Faith a little message as well.
Oh gosh. Alrighty.
I had to get you in the right mood, Faith. So I had to send her a little private message there.
Alrighty. So I pulled two stories. We'll see if we'll have time for both. But so here's our first one. These are both from Reddit. So seeing how this was many years ago and the statute of limitations has certainly run out, every year the community I live in had a fundraiser for the local fire department. Two of my roommates worked for the department, so I knew all the guys. I'm a girl, by the way. The fundraiser involved paying an entry fee, getting an unlimited amount of food and beer, and hanging around all night until you dropped. I woke up at home the morning after and picked my clothes up off the floor, and a huge wad of dollar bills fell out. Concerned I might have danced on tables, I went out and asked my other roommate, "Why do I have all this money in my pocket?" She said, "You don't remember? You kicked all the firefighters out of the beer garden and started charging people for beer. If anyone complained, you sent them to the back of the line to think about it. It seems people were A, too drunk to remember they already paid for their beer, or B, it was no fun hanging around a bunch of really drunk people when sober, and those people were willing to pay twice for the beer to catch up. I made $64."
Wait a minute. I thought you were talking about like $500, a grand. I thought she made some serious cheddar there. That's what I thought you were saying.
I think she only charged $1 for to get back in.
So she was kicking people. Okay, make sure I understand. She was kicking people out of the place that they already paid to get into.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then charging them to get in. Mm-hmm. That's called extortion. She better be glad she didn't go to jail for that one. So,
I think that's why she said statute of limitations have certainly run out in the beginning of the story.
Wow, that is crazy. So it does take you back. It does take you back to being in college and just seeing how some of those places. I remember there was this place, and it was 50 cents a beer, but you had to bring your own container, and it had to have a handle.
Oh.
And that place, it was on Wednesday nights, and that place went nuts because people would have the giant big gulps and everything else, and they'd fill it up for 50 cents, and people would just get out of hand. Yeah. Then you get so drunk that you're like, I could totally see how people get so drunk they're like, oh, I gotta pay to get back in.
Yeah.
So I could see how that went kind of crazy. Give me your thoughts. What is your thoughts on that one?
I think this is absolutely hilarious. I have never experienced a situation where I've had to pay twice to get in somewhere. Also, There were very few times that I got so drunk that I don't remember not paying to get in somewhere and paying again to get into it. But I thought it was a funny story.
When you were talking about it, I'm like, when you if you wake up with a wad of ones in your pocket, you do get a little worried, right? When you get a little worried, like, okay, you went to the
Yeah.
bar, you
Yes.
came back from the bar. A picture, this is Miss Faith. You come back from the bar, you wake up the next morning, you can't quite remember what went down, but you got a giant wad of ones in
You're
your
like,
pocket.
you're like,
Oh
oh my God, what
my
happened
God.
last night?
You're freaking out, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You're
Hmm.
totally freaking out because you're like, I did something against my character. There's a whole bunch of people out there
Yeah.
that then saw
Hmm.
way too much, and I need to transfer schools.
Yeah. That's why Faith got all her stuff out her freshman year of college, and she does not drink like she used to when she was a freshman in college.
Yeah, see, and I was a guy that lived in a fraternity house, and you always see those people that have gone too far.
Yep.
There's always someone that has gone way too far, and it's just like, oh crap. They're looking at things like, no, what did I do wrong?
Hmm.
Why? And you can't, there's no rewind, there's no control alt delete to go back.
Yeah.
And so I like, even when you start thinking, I'm like, she got on the bar, she started dancing on the bar, and she started doing a little too much, and people started throwing ones at her. That's what I was thinking the whole time you were telling the story.
Yeah.
Can you see how that would go down?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Ever dance on a bar? Or did you plead the fifth?
I played the fifth. My parents watched the show.
Well, mom and dad, I have danced on a bar a number of times. I was a little bit better shape back then, but yes, I have danced on a bar before. So you couldn't even picture that one now, could you, babe?
No.
That was years ago. That was back in the 1800s. Faith is like, I am not answering that question. I
Oh.
have my
I
Faith's
need
whole
about 10
family.
I need about 10 years to pass to tell all of my drinking stories.
So you need the statute of limitations to be up
Statute
before.
of limitation and then some before I tell all my stories. My
That is hilarious.
parents my parents know some, but they don't know all of them. So,
Wow. And you know what? That would be tough because
mhm.
you have a show where this is your tell-all show where Faith is one of the main pictures in the show, and you're telling stuff that's going on in her life, and you're like, ooh, I start telling this, and then I'm like, Grandma's watching this.
Yeah, so I have to be
That
very
is
careful with what I say.
that is hilarious.
Plus, I
Okay,
don't
was
want
there any
strangers out there on the internet judging me for my life decisions. So.
See, I used to have that I used to always be that guy too, like being careful of what I say and things of that nature.
Hmm.
Because you work hard to make sure that you keep yourself at a quality level,
Yeah.
but you just get to a point where you're just like, you know what? I've led a good life. I have been a nice guy. I haven't done anything so crazy that's gonna,
Yeah.
that if people judge me, they judge me. But
Hmm.
I know, you know who you are.
Yep.
Um, were there questions with that one? Or, I mean,
There were
comments with that
no
one?
there were no comments on this one, but if you want to move on to the other
Let's
one,
let's go to
there.
let's go to the next one.
Okay. So, this one with the comments, it makes it more funny because it doesn't really seem like it's that funny of a story, but the comments definitely add to it. So, a friend of mine Thursday afternoon, which
Yes,
Thursday,
Thursday.
a friend of mine
Saying bye to my
Thursday,
friend.
uh, Thurs Thursday afternoon invites me out to Philly to go to this bar with $3 Long Island iced teas. Ooh. Now, I have work Friday morning, but I figure it'll be fine. I'm a veteran drinker, I do a few shots to pregame at his place, and we hit the bar with a few friends. 4 or 5 Long Island iced teas later, it's 7:30 Friday morning, and I have to work 30 minutes, and work starts in half an hour. I need to take an Uber, a train, and a shuttle to barely get to work on time as a teacher. That's supposed.
Wow.
Listen,
Okay.
4 or 5 Long Island iced teas. Do you know what's in a Long Island iced tea?
I've never had one, so
Okay.
no. Okay, go
A
ahead.
Long
Fire
Island
away.
iced tea has vodka, tequila,
Oh,
gin, and rum. And then it has sour and Coke in it. So you've got like, I think it's like half a shot of each liquor. So you've got like
wow.
4 separate alcohols that I think range from 20 to 30% alcohol wise.
And the problem is that's the whole key to drinking is not mixing your drinks.
Right. Well, they're
You
all
know what I
clear.
mean?
Those are all clear liquors mixed together. So the clear liquors you're not supposed to mix clear liquor with dark liquor.
Okay. See,
So,
I always started like because like you're doing vodka, you don't want to switch from vodka to tequila. That's the reason why I looked at it that way. You're like, that's how I was. Mere bag of shells. No, no big deal. All right.
so yeah,
So,
when I
all
read
right,
this,
let's hear some of the comments. And I'm very curious. The comments
okay.
is what kind of get me fired up here too.
Yeah, so someone said, I have work in 30 minutes and work starts in half an hour. I feel like you're still hungover. Because because in the original post it says I have work in 30 minutes and work starts in a half an hour. So,
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
yeah.
That means yes, you're still feeling good as a teacher. Okay, here you go, Faith.
Hmm.
You went out, things got a little out of hand. You wake up the next morning and you're still buzzed. Do you go to work?
Oh, Tate, one Sunday I was hanging out with some friends after work. This was when I was still working Sunday
I thought you were
nights
gonna
at
say,
the
and I did the
restaurant.
show. Okay.
This was when I was still working Sunday nights at the restaurant I worked at. And I ended up staying up till about 1:30 in the morning, and I was drinking with my friends, and then I had about 3.5 hours until I had to get up to work on the show.
Wow. Listen,
And so
that's
I got like
okay.
3 hours of sleep. And then I woke up
Wow.
and was still kind of feeling my drinks from the night before. So, yes, I have done that before.
I have had friends in the past. This is, guys are a little different. I have had friends have early morning jobs
Hmm.
and everyone goes out and you don't get home till like 4 in the morning and they got to be at work at 5. So all they have enough time to do is get home, shower, and then go to work.
Hmm.
That's the worst. That's as bad as it gets, right?
Yeah, I've done that before too, but that was in my earlier days. And I learned the lesson that one Sunday night that I was like, I can't do this. I can't do
See,
this
this one's
anymore.
all you on that one. Because I've seen guys do this,
Hmm.
and but as a teacher, you can't be coming to school smelling, you know, you know, you cannot be smelling like Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Miss Jenkins, you smell really nice. You smell like peppermints. Oh, that's the Rumplemans. You can't be doing that now. You know what I mean?
Listen, if I was drinking Rumplemints till 7:30 in the morning the next day, I would not go to work at all. I mean,
As a school teacher, I think I think you kind of have to be like, nope, I cannot go to school buzzed because that's just really bad, right? If you smell like booze and your eyes are all glossy, that
Bloodshot.
that's a career decision where you could lose your career on that one. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know. I think I call the substitute teacher in.
there was a comment that someone said, "Please tell me you didn't go teach that day." And the person who made the post said, "I gave them a writing prop activity, told them to peer edit their papers, and popped an and acid. My coworkers said I seemed fine, although my breath smelled smelled like rum and cola."
Your coworkers, that means that other teachers are covering for you.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that she's smart. That's not a dumb lady. Okay. Today we got a special assignment, kids. Everyone's gonna get to write a paper,
I'd put a
and
movie on.
then and then each of you gets to grade each other's papers. See, that's your smart faith. I'm tripling down. We're gonna watch the video on Lewis and Clark. We're
We're gonna watch a bunch of Bill
Sacagawea.
Nye the Science Guys today,
That's
guys.
right. So we got Sacagawea, Lewis and Clark, Bill Nye the Science Guy. We're gonna watch all of them, and we're gonna have you after each video. We want you to write in class a paper about what you saw, and then you're gonna give it to your neighbor to have them read it and grade it, and that's how you're gonna get your grade today.
Yep.
And then she's gonna pass out in the closet somewhere. I don't know. No, that's a rough one there. But
I could not imagine being still out from the night before and having to go work as a school teacher. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
see the guy that I was thinking about that stayed out to 7 or whatever, then came back in. I think came in at 5 and had to go to work. He worked at FedEx, so it was one of those things where it was like he was one of the guys that loaded the trucks. So he's operating heavy machinery and everything after a night
Mm-hmm.
of drinking with the guys. And guys do it next level. I don't understand why you go to the level that you do
I don't
sometimes.
know, Tate. I know a few girls who go just as hard as guys do.
Wow, that is crazy. We'll leave that to the seasoned veterans like Miss Faith over here.
What? I am not a seasoned veteran. I am
You're
four
just
foot 11, and I don't weigh that much. My cap is like 5 drinks, and then after 5 drinks, Faith probably won't remember the night.
see. I feel like you're so small and tiny that they open the cork on the wine and have you sniff the cork, and you get a little buzz off of that. Just
No, no.
uh, I would be the worst. I would be the absolute worst. I don't drink at all.
Tate's never had a drink in his
So,
life.
not one time.
Yeah,
Never. I
so
go,
never drinking, and then you're in your 50s. One drink, you'd be on the floor, probably.
but I'm the weird non-drinker. I'm the guy, like, if let's say I was in Georgia and I went to the bar with you and your boyfriend, I'd be
Hmm.
like, all right, let's get Faith a shot, let's him a shot, buy Mama a shot too. I'm the guy that gets everybody else drunk, but I
Uh,
don't drink. Or if you ever came to one of my parties, you'll see my house. My house always has tons of booze, and I'm the guy that don't drink. I am the worst role model when it comes to that.
Listen,
Most
as
people
long as the
that
drinks are free, that's fine with me.
exactly. Most people, the people that bug me when it comes to drinking are the ones that used to be a drinker and now they're against people drinking. It's like, you did your drinking. I'm like, everyone is responsible for their own decisions in life.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to have a few drinks
and repercussions,
there's consequences
for
and repercussions for your actions. Exactly. So I'm all for it. Go ahead, have fun, this and that within reason. As long as no one gets hurt, injured, or you're doing something silly. I'm pro. I'm the non-drinker that's pro drinking, which is kind of funny.
Nice.
In general.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we're going to close out the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Andrew Tate Show presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content updates. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to